Alright guys, and in this video I'm going to be installing a universal bonnet lifter on my Mercedes A-Class. So, as you can see here, we've got this little, this long, I don't know if it's plastic, I don't know what it is, but that's what normally holds up the bonnet. So obviously you lift the bonnet up and it normally lives in this little groove here, and you lift it up, you plonk it in there and it holds your bonnet up. I used to drive an Audi, that's why I always will refer to my Audi, and my Audi, it didn't have that. Literally, pop the bonnet, lift the bonnet up, and it held itself up with the same strut that you'll see in the boot, and I'll show you shortly. So there's this cool guy called Steve Green, he's on the A-Class forums, he's come up with a gas strut which literally will do the job of this. So if you're like me and you like cleaning out your engine bay, getting rid of these, perfect timing. You got leaves in your engine bay, clear that out, checking the oil, checking the coolant, all of that stuff. You ain't gonna have to worry about having this little pole that you got to always plonk up and all of that. So yeah. Alright, so as you can see, this is the strut I was talking about. So it's a gas strut, it's very similar to the ones you find in the boot, and it comes with this, which is gonna attach into the bonnet. This part's gonna sit on top of where the suspension strut is normally placed, and that's gonna all connect up, and you'll see that. And it comes with this, which is absolutely amazing, because nowadays you get instructions, sometimes it's not even in English, but it is very, very clear instructions, step by step, and it tells you exactly what you need before you go out and you start trying to install it. Alright, so I'm out here, I've got my instructions, hopefully they don't blow away in the wind. I've got my gas strut, I've also got my ratchet, I've got an extension bar, and I've got an 11mm socket. Over here is where we're going to be needing the 11mm socket, or on the other side, so it's entirely up to you. It can go on the left and the right, but I'm literally just going to use the instructions. So the instructions say to go on the left because there's nothing over here, as opposed to on this side you've got some cabling over here. So it's up to you. If you are going to put it over here, just be careful that you go underneath the cabling and make sure that nothing's going to get trapped when it's closed. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove this little plug here, and we're going to place it in this lovely allocated hole over here. So we're going to get this little ovular back nut, as described by Steve, straight into here. So as you can see, there's a little gap in between the washer and the back nut. We're going to curve it in, and what you want to make sure is that this little washer is flush up against the bonnet, and then twist it in. Once you twist it in by hand, you next want to get your 11mm spanner and just tighten it so it's pinch tight and it's not going to fall out. Next, what you want to do, you want to remove this nut. So this nut is an 11mm as well, but obviously you can't use the spanner on here, you won't get enough power, so you're gonna have to, don't know whether that means power, but you're gonna have to use your socket. So you plonk your socket on, whoops, wrong way, you plonk your socket on there, and you're gonna have to use a ratchet to ratchet. I don't know what is this, knock, but yeah, we're gonna have to use a ratchet to loosen that off. Make sure you don't lose this, doesn't drop anywhere. Once you've done it, cracked it loose, I always recommend using your hand, so that way you don't snap the bolt. So the next, what you want to do, you want to clean out this area here, because as you can see, there is going to be a bit of dust around it, and you want this plate to sit as clean, as flush as possible. You can get like the domestos out, Mr. Muscle and all that, but mine's fairly new, don't really have that much dirt and grit. So then once that area is clean, you then want to use your bracket here in the same direction as to the shape of the mount area here, and then you want to use your bolt to tighten it down. And then you want to, if you've got a torque wrench, then you want to tighten it to 50 Newton meters. If not, just do it pinch tight and then a bit more. Alright, so if I take you in a bit closer, as you can see there, that is how we need it to look. So it's nice and straight, it's in line with the rest of the car, so then when we're going to be putting on our strut, everything's going to be copacetic. So yeah, 50 Newton meters if you've got a torque wrench, if you haven't, pinch tight and a bit more. Alright, so last bit, your fat part, so the thicker part of the strut here is going to go into the bottom, and the thinner part is going to go into the top. So yeah, what you want to do, just want to pop this part on. If it doesn't line up, just twist it slightly. As you can see here, it twists around, and that's going to allow you to line it up with the ball joint that's on the bonnet. Alright, so as you can see, with a bit of Mr. Muscle, I have managed to put it in. So now let's get you all lined up over here. So we don't need this anymore. That goes down. Almost as good over here. That's all good. That's all nice and tight. Good night. Lovely. So yeah, so now let's see what happens if I pop it. That was absolutely gangster. I didn't even know that was going to happen. But yeah, as you can see, guys, that's the strut. Big shout out to Stephen Green. I'm going to put a link to the item on eBay in the description. Also, I'll put a link to his profile page on A-Class forums. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.